Howard here at Kiteboarding.com and Wingboarding.com. So we've got our hands on the new Miniboom from Duotone. They have the different booms that go into their SLS slick wings. All the slick, the older slick and the newer slick. So all the booms will fit in there. So the brand new one that they just came out with is the Miniboom SLS. So its diameter is a little bit smaller than the older SLS. These are both carbon. They have the platinum. They call them mini platinum booms. So you have the different size grips. Personally, I'm not sure the difference of what would make it better for you, if it's just your comfort, what you're used to or something. I like having a little bit smaller. Gives me a little bit more grip around it. That's a really nice addition to it. So what they do is they have it in 3 series. So you have your aluminum one, and this weight, just the boom itself, is just under 1.5 pounds, 1.4. I did the weight on it. It has a molded in fitting down here. All of them are the same at the molded in. Other than the carbon one, the newer one has a new type fitting down here. Does that make a big difference? No, it looks like they're just trying to get it to stop twisting in the webbing. But they, the weight of them, this is a little under, so 1.4. Then you've got the older model carbon, it's 0.8. And then the new version is 0.7, or I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. The new one is about 0.8. This is a little bit heavier than the old one. Now this could change depending on how much glue in there. You're talking 0.8 and 0.75 pounds difference. So no big deal. But I would imagine if they went smaller diameter, they're going to have to do a little bit more layup of the carbon in there to get it to the stiffness of what the older one was. So if you increase diameter, you increase stiffness. As well as the molding of the plastic fittings, they got to have a little bit more plastic in there to go around it, as well as this end one. As you can see, it's a little bit bigger. Does that really matter? No. They are super lightweight in comparison, almost half of the old one. And again, they all fit in there. Some people ask how, and the questions on it. You can put the boom in by only deflating the strut. You do not have to deflate the whole leading edge. It's a pretty cool system. So once you pinch off the valve, pull the dump, and then you can switch out your booms. They fit in the nice little pocket that everything is made for at one end to keep it from twisting. And there is no deflection, no nothing. It is solid. It feels really good in the hands. If you want to twist the wing or force it around, there is no motion of that boom, which is a really cool design. Ken Winters and Duotone guys came up with and did a very, very nice job on that. But what's the difference? It's not a big deal. I think that you should get your hands around it and figure that out and get the comfort. Again, personally, me, I like them a little bit smaller because I just hang on the ends of my fingers. And I think that the more surface area that I can get around that smaller diameter doing that, it decreases my fingers pulling up. But there is one tip that I would tell you. I've got one of the SLS wings. I love it. It's a really great wing. I fly this carbon boom. I've got the platinum. But I highly recommend they do not sand them very much. And it doesn't take much. It's just really an addition onto it. If you're an old windsurfer and you know this, get a vibrating sander. It's usually the best one, about 120 grit sandpaper. And just sit there and put pressure and stay in motion on the side that your fingers are. And it will take this little shiny layer off of it. They do it when they build it. There's one seam, it's kind of hard to see, that goes down the boom. But if you sand it where your fingers are, man, I will tell you, it increases that grip a lot. That's the only, a thing I would tell somebody to do with these is get that 120 grit, lightly sand that thing up and down. You'll see it change, and that surface area when it's wet gets a good grip. Anyway, this is Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com and Wingboarding.com to show you this is the new mini platinum boom, the SLS with a smaller diameter. If you have any questions about it, don't hesitate to give us a call here. We're happy to help you out.